Writing effective paragraphs. So, what is a paragraph? Well, the definition of a paragraph is a group of several sentences that are strategically placed to discuss a common topic, theme, argument, or claim. Now, let's look at the inverted diagram. It's the perfect graphic organizer to help you understand the three components of a paragraph. At the top of the inverted pyramid, you have the topic sentence. The topic sentence states the claim, topic, theme, or argument. In the middle, a little bit down, but more in detail, you have supporting detail sentences. And then last at the very bottom, which is the main point, or you've reached the end of the pyramid, so you're able to answer the why or the big so what, you have the conclusion sentence. So, let's talk about the topic sentence. The topic sentence is usually the first sentence of the paragraph. And because it's at the top of the inverted pyramid, it's going to be very general in nature. It's not going to have a lot of detail to it. However, the topic sentence always consists of the overall topic and the main point. So let's look at one. Based on his journey, Jean Valjean should be considered a survivor. So this paragraph is going to be about why Jean Valjean's journey makes him a survivor. So the topic of the paragraph is his overall journey. So let's look at a couple more. The current cell phone policy, that's the topic, must be amended because students should be trusted to responsibly use their cell phones. So the topic of the paragraph is the current cell phone policy. And the writer's main point is that that policy must be amended because students should be trusted to responsibly use their cell phones, and you could probably add during the school day. Let's look at another one. In order to increase student motivation and achievement, that's my topic, both student and teachers must change how they perceive intelligence. So the topic is how I can increase student motivation and achievement. My main point is students and teachers must change their viewpoint. Now, here's VIP number 1. Remember, VIP stands for very important point. So VIP number 1, avoid the point. What you do not want to do in your topic sentence is you do not want to basically refer back to you, the writer. You want to make sure you put it off on the reader. What do I mean by that? For example, you don't want to ever write a topic sentence that says, this is why the school cell phone policy should change. Now the rest of my paragraph is going to be about that. That's not general in nature. As a matter of fact, that's very specific. You actually went down to the bottom of the pyramid, whereas you should be at the top. Let's look about another one. Another no-no. Avoid the point. This paragraph is about the school cell phone policy. You never want to write a paragraph like that. No, no way, forget it. Here's another one. Below are 3 reasons why the cell phone policy must be changed. Once again, you are pointing. You're pointing back to the paragraph. You're pointing back to you, the writer. And as a writer, you do not want to do that. Now, once you have a good topic sentence, meaning you have the topic and the main point, like, in order to increase student motivation and achievement, both student and teachers must change how they perceive intelligence. That is giving the reader a clear idea of what your paragraph is going to be about. The reader's automatic response to your topic sentence is always going to be, prove it. So you, the writer, you have made a claim. Now the reader is going to automatically tell you to prove it. That's where the next step down in the pyramid, the supporting details, come into play. Supporting details are more specific in nature. They provide the evidence to prove the writer's claim. So the reader has asked the writer to prove it. So now the writer has to provide proof. Proof that's going to back up the topic sentence. So what is that proof? Well, the proof can be text, evidence, or examples. It can also be personal experience, and it could be verifiable evidence. Those are three ways that you can prove to the reader your claim is valid. VIP number 2, always use 3. When writing a paragraph, you should always have 3 supporting detailed sentences. And how you break those down, you want to have at least 2 facts and 1 opinion. Let's talk about personal experience. Personal experiences are those for example sentences, or they are ideas you come up with as you connect to the reading, or they're ideas you come up with as you relate your personal life to the reading or to the topic. That's personal experience. Text evidence is literally evidence and facts and information taken directly from the text. And then lastly, you have verifiable evidence. Verifiable evidence is information like statistics or data or research or studies show or 35% of students believe this. Those are what's called verifiable evidence, meaning I can go online and I can find that evidence. So now that you have your supporting details to prove your claim, your reader's going to come back at you and say, so what? Now it's your turn to answer the big so what. And you do that through your conclusion is the final statement to the reader. So let's go back through our writer-reader scenario. Because remember, in any text, the writer and the reader are constantly communicating to each other. So the writer has made a claim to which the reader said, prove it. The writer said, here's my proof, to which the reader said, so what? Well, now your conclusion is the chance for you to basically shut that reader up and say, I'll tell you so what. Here's why my claim matters. And if you strategically write your conclusion sentence, the reader has no recourse but to say, oh, okay, that makes sense. So you have to ask yourself, what is the purpose of your conclusion statement? Is it to repeat what you just said? No! I know in middle school or I know in other classes you've been taught to say in conclusion and then basically rephrase your topic sentence. You do not want to do that. You don't want to go in a circle. Remember, the purpose of an effective paragraph is to, VIP number 3, take the reader to a new place. Your conclusion is going to take your reader to a new place. Look at it like this. An effective paragraph is kind of like a trip. So you want to take the reader to a new destination. You want to take the reader on a one-way trip. You don't want to take the reader on a round trip. So let's look at this sentence right here. In conclusion, John Valjean's journey is what makes him a survivor. That's pretty much restating what I just said in my topic sentence. So my reader has gone from here all the way back. I don't want that. I want my reader to go to a new place. So the true purpose of a conclusion sentence is to answer the big so what. How do you do that? Well, first, look at your original conclusion sentence and then ask yourself, why? So, in conclusion, John Valjean's journey is what makes him a survivor. Why? Because every step of the way, he was confronted with obstacles that only got him one step closer to freedom and one step closer to righteousness and redemption. Why? Because it was through that he finally realized who he was, and he finally forgave himself for the sins he committed all those years ago. That's what makes him a survivor. Now I answered. So my answer that I just answered is the big so what.